What's going on, guys? This your boy John the Liquidator coming back with another video. So it look like Erin Kane, Caitlin Clark's agent, opens up about her relationship with the young rookie. Guys, for this one here, we got to go all the way up to Indy. Let's get it. Let's go. Caitlin Clark is still the topic of discussion. She's currently down in Florida, teeing off on a golf course, and she with ratings still waiting on the numbers to come all the way out. But I'm telling you right now, judging by the commentators of the golf match yesterday, they let it be known the viewership looked like it's up and the attendance was through the roof. They stated normally at these little tournaments, you get maybe 10 people, and that's the family members of the golfers. They had thousands of people pour into this tournament. I'm telling you right now, it is going to be record-breaking when all of these numbers is finally finalized. One person in Caitlin Clark's career that nobody ever hear about is the agent who helped negotiate these big-time lucrative deals Caitlin Clark be landing. And I'm here to tell you, none other than Erin Kane, a top premier agent in the WNBA. Erin Kane has a long track record of getting deals done for the women in sports. And I'm telling you right now, Caitlin Clark is probably by far her best work ever, because we know she landed that $28 million Nike deal, the Gatorade deal, and all of the other damn deals she got. With all that being said, let's check out what Erin Kane had to say about Caitlin Clark. Roll the footage.
Be able to talk about so everything. I mean, it's so personal. And I've had 2 clients who are mothers now. I might be one of the first people to know they're pregnant. We have to talk about what that means for their career, what that means for
that's something we have to think about
from a childcare perspective. How am I helping you in professional settings and environments after you have a kid? There's so much of that. But even what's been interesting for me, and this is, I mean, when I started in this business, the players were my peers. We were the same age. And at some point a few years ago, I was working with Trey Young, and his mom was younger than me. I had a nervous breakdown internally. I was like, oh my God, how did I get here? This is crazy. And so now I'm working with these NIL athletes or these college athletes, and I have other people who, work with them too, but I'm in their heads, I'm their parents. So they don't want to tell me some of the stuff. It takes them longer to trust me. But what I want to say to them is there's literally nothing that you could do or see or have a problem with that I haven't seen before, fixed, experienced. That's been a shift for me.
Scott Boras was my baseball agent. He represents Juan Soto, and you obviously represent Caitlin Clark. There's really no numbers to compare to because she's going to be off the charts. So how do you and your team think of unique ways, or you have to go and kind of go to the drawing boards and create something after that, right? Or is that stuff that you just create the new market?
Yeah. I mean, it's not like there's not an established playbook. And I'm very lucky to be working with Alan Zucker, who's probably one of the most iconic and prolific marketing agents in the history of sports. He works with Peyton Manning and Eli Manning, and I mean, he's had a ton of great experiences. And as far as clients like Caitlin, she's one of one.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Absolutely.
It really is just about setting the market. And one thing Alan always says, and it's very true, is the market tells us. Just it's the fans that choose. I mean, there's this idea that agents have all the control, or you can just sort of say something and make it into reality. But the reality is you're reading the situation. It's the fans that choose. There's a handful of players that have ignited this sort of level of excitement.
Something that sticks out to me in this is that you got to realize, guys, when it comes to Caitlin Clark, she's a different type of athlete. So a lot of these agents, a lot of these people that represent big-time athletes has never had an athlete like Caitlin Clark. We have not seen an athlete like Caitlin Clark since Michael Jeffrey Jordan. We do understand that, right? So these agents and all these people in sports media will literally have to go back to the 80s probably more than likely, and just to get information on how to handle certain situations when it comes to an athlete like Caitlin. Let's get back to the footage.
Also, it's like how they do it. So it's Serena Williams, or I mean, you can pick. It's the iconic athletes, Simone Biles, especially when it's women. And Caitlin's one of those. It's like how she plays the game really captured the attention of a much, much broader fan base. And so when you're going to market, those are the comps you're sort of thinking of. It's like a Serena or Simone, or a Tiger Woods who changed golf, or because she's changing women's basketball. So
it's changed it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And it's continuing. I mean, it's a rolling.
And that's got to be so crazy too. Like, Jenny was that same type of way. Jenny put softball on the map. You knew Jenny Fitch was going against Kat Osterman from Texas, the lefty.
Monica
like
Abbott,
And then now in a day and age where NIL, there's social media, there's just, I mean, so many different things that can be thrown at you. But
what do you think Jenny's market would have looked like in today's day?
I think about that all the time, because like her, and I'm going to get it a little bit wrong, but not completely wrong. Her freshman year at the University of Arizona, they televised the national championship, like one game. By the time she graduated as a senior, they were televising like the entire tournament, and it's a ratings juggernaut still for ESPN. And it meant that, you know, she was on the cover of things with like Randy Johnson and Kurt Schilling. Like, she elevated to this other level and totally put softball on the map. And then today, I mean, she would be making so much money. She made a ton for women sort of generally back then. And it's easy to forget that stuff. Like, she still is partnered with Mizuno. Her Jenny Finch signature product is still a great product with them. And when she came out with it, it was the first softball product. Girls bought baseball equipment up until Jenny's product came out with Mizuno. So like, remembering that, it's not dissimilar. And I want her to get her flowers too. I want people to like acknowledge that it was pre-social media. So you didn't have that like really direct connection with the fans the way you do now, but it was pretty, I mean, she definitely changed the sport. And if you talk to Jess Mendoza or Lisa Fernandez or any of the people who Kat Osterman, they'll tell you that for sure.
My career was pre-social as well, but that's probably a good thing, if I'm honest.
A lot of opportunities.
Oh boy.
A lot of opportunities, pal.
Sure. In your career, have there been either athletes or coaches or other people that have been notable and have helped you become the professional that you are?
Now, guys, you guys can check out the full interview in its entirety. Now, guys, you can check out the full interview in its entirety at Digging Deep Podcast over there on their YouTube channel. I think they're former athletes. But make a long story short, man, I felt like it was great to hear from the agent just to get a different perspective of how it's like having somebody like Caitlin Clark to represent. Now, we know Erin Kane now, since we watched this footage live here, that she represents guys and women, even in the NBA. But she said there's no one like Caitlin Clark. She will literally have to seek out help to figure out how to negotiate certain stuff. And you know that like that comes with having a player like Caitlin Clark. But like I stated before, Erin Kane is a big-time agent in the world of sports. Caitlin Clark is more than likely in good hands. I'm telling you right now, Erin Kane probably helped negotiate a lot of those big-time deals that we report on today. And it's just great to see, man. Hopefully we get to hear from her more. This just give us a different perspective of what it's like actually for people that's around Caitlin Clark, working with Caitlin Clark. It's good that people are starting to come out and speak more. It's just great to see, but definitely get down in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts about this. Keep them bells on, because you know what? I'm going to bring you the news. And until next time, man, shake the haters off. I'm out of here, baby. Peace out. Shake the haters.